Breakdown and prediction segment number 99, right here on the RRT Boxing Show. I'm your host, Mr. A. Let's get into it. Ready, talk boxing. IBF featherweight showdown, folks. We got Lee Selby, the champion, taking on number one contender, Josh Warrington. Now, I know that this has been a highly talked about fight across the pond. And I know, like I said, this show is coming up on a year. I created this show in May, and like you, a regular boxing fan, I find out about these fighters. I learn from them as you do. Sometimes you guys help me out with them, and I learn as I research them for their fights. Now I know Lee Selby because I kept hearing the name before I knew him. You know, they're talking like the Welsh Mayweather or something like that. And then when he did come to the States, his fight got canceled, so he couldn't make it. And then finally, I saw him on the PBC circuit. So I saw him, and then I kept hearing the name Josh Warrington. And I didn't know who he was, so I found about Warrington through Dennis Kinlay, because I covered Dennis, I think, twice on the show. Now, what happened to Dennis, man? Warrington got him, and then he got knocked out of his following fight. Back to Warrington here. So I researched Warrington, and from my looking, this is going to be a pretty interesting fight here. You know, you guys can leave a comment down below how far along I got these guys. Now, Lee Selby, we're going to break them down into the numbers, cover the numbers. For Lee Selby, 26-1 with 9 KOs, 33% knockout ratio. You know, he's the IBF champion, 126. Josh Warrington, 26-0, 6 KOs, 23 knockout ratio. So obviously, these guys go the distance. Their stamina's, for the most part, pretty good. They're pretty much even in numbers. Experience goes to Selby, 207 rounds to 193 for Warrington. 31 years old for Selby, with a younger Warrington at 27. 5'8.5", 5'7", the shorter man, Warrington. Couldn't find his reach, but Selby's is here at 69. Now, I'm breaking them down. I feel that Warrington is... He uses his legs as more of a pressure fighter, and he's more of a pressure fighter, and he tries to break you down with punches. Now, I'm much surprised that Kiko Martinez put him on the back foot. I was surprised watching that fight. Now, I watched a lot of his fight. I watched about 3 Josh Warrington fights, and that being one of them. It was weird to see Kiko Martinez do that to him, because being in Southern California, you know, I'm and Leo Santa Cruz fought right here in my home city of Anaheim. You know, I saw that fight. I was like, oh shit, you know, a boxing in Anaheim, and it's Leo Santa Cruz. I don't care. I go check it out. And I was like really excited for that. So I was like, okay, Leo stopped Kiko, and Kiko put Warrington on the back foot. Like, what the hell? So I was that kind of made me a little questionable about Warrington, you know, considering he don't have the punch power. Kiko put him on the back foot. He was getting hit numerous times with that right hand. Like I said, Lee Selby, he gets hit, and you know, of course, we all know about Eric Hunter dropping him. His last fight, what was the I forgot the Mexican dude he fought. He started coming on strong towards the end. I think we can all agree Selby is the better mover of the two. Plays the distance game well, while Warrington comes in your face. Now, if the fight stays like that, I think that everyone knows that favors Warrington. Well, defensively, I think we will agree. And if you don't agree, leave a comment down below. I believe we all say Selby is the more non-neutral stationary target. You know, he plays the gap in and out. He's slip punches better, counters, you know, pull and react counters, check hooks, while Warrington's the defender is right in front of you, hoping to counter you off slips. I think he's more of a defensive counter, not an offensive counter guy. Now, offensively, Warrington's going to come forward, throwing punches. He might be first a couple times, but I think more, from what I've seen, he's a defensive counter puncher. But he does go first. Like I said, when he fought Dennis, he was bringing the pressure, so he will. I could say he's a first come fighter. Very surprised, and I think the whole crowd was surprised that Kiko had him back footing like that. New viewers, I live next to an army base. You will hear a lot of helicopters go by. I'm in a very family-friendly complex. My neighbor, you hear them. You hear her on her little place go bike. My neighbor, and you might hear a lot of dogs. So heads up. And offensively, Warrington is a come forward fighter, looking to throw punches at you, trying to wear you out with pressure. Selby gladly makes you miss and takes the points, use the movement. Now, like I said, I knew Selby caused the name PBC, saw him a little more. And I covered him on the show, I think, once or twice. I think might be his third time I covered Selby. Now, Warrington, oh man, this is a tough fight. Because you figure whoever controls it, is it going to be a distance fight? It's Selby. If it's an inside fight, it's Warrington. None of these guys have the power to threaten each other, so they're going to be hitting each other for a long time. But what from I have seen, Selby starts off really strong. You know, his movement looks really good. But as the fights go on, you can catch Selby. You know, he slows down a little bit. And hello. And Warrington seems to have a gas tank all rounds. So I'm gonna go with the new IBF featherweight champion Josh Warrington. I could easily see Selby outpointing him, catching him, picking him off, pop shotting him. I could easily see that happening. But I'm gonna go with it's gonna be a very competitive rounds. You know, what do you want? Do you want back foot pop shotting by Selby? Do you want to come forward aggression? Who's controlling the action? Who's controlling the pace type fight? Like, what are you gonna score? I think it's gonna be that type of fight. And I think the aggression of Warrington, I think he might land some of the more action headshots, you know, while Selby is just popping, getting points. So I think with the aggression, you know, the cleaner, I think they're both going to be hitting each other, but once in a while Warrington's going to land a little like head turning shot, or, you know, a neck moving shot. I think Warrington's going to land a few of those in a 12 competitive round fight, and that pressure is going to seem to it's going to somewhere in the middle of rounds, and number like 6 to 9. I think that pressure is going to like get Selby before he gets his second win, and give Warrington, you know, some rounds that's probably make him win like a 115, 113 type fight. Maybe at the farthest 116, 112. But I think it's going to be like a 115, 113, 114, 113 type fight. Josh Warrington, the new IBF featherweight champion, right here on the Double RT Boxing Show. The host of your newfound boxing information show. If you are a new viewer, hopefully you become a new subscriber. We're at 310. We're taking it to 5,000. Share the videos. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell his sister and her boyfriend and your mother and your brother. Pass them along. Get your show notice. And let's try and get every episode. Let's challenge ourselves. We're going from a 2 thumb average. Let's get a 10 thumb average. I know I shouldn't ask, but hey, it's your show. Let's get it known. So I appreciate it. I'm off to work. Come back tonight for some more videos. Double RT Boxing. I'm your host, Mr. A. Thank you for your time and support. Appreciate the support, guys.